What's up guys, welcome back to the video. Today we're here at Predatory Fins in New York, Predatory Fins 2.0. This is their massive warehouse behind me. They have hundreds of tanks in here, some giant monster fish. I'm gonna take you guys around and show you all the fish tanks, and maybe even buy something. Rodrigo and Kevin are back there. They just got a giant shipment in from Colombia. Let's go see what they're doing. So Rod and Kevin are still busy over there. See Rod's up there working. They're grinding away, get the shipment taken care of. But first I wanna take you guys through some of their monster ponds in here before we go look at all the tanks. Check this out. So right here, if I lift up this lid, come take a look at this. We got a bunch of giant freshwater stingrays in here. See a giant black diamond, a bunch of hybrids down here. These just filled with monster stingrays. Come with this next tank right here. Guys, this is one of my favorite tanks. Check out the monster fish that are in here. Look at the monster maroon sharks slash hyphen sharks in here. We got monster catfish that are coming up. Whoa, whoa. Try not to get bit, but look at them go crazy. These are true predatory fish, hence the name Predatory Fins. Obviously, Rodrigo and Kevin have to have some monster fish. So keep coming this way. So in here, this tank's a little bit smaller. I'm gonna pop this lid open right here and give you guys a close-up look. Holy smokes. Look at the stingrays in here. Those are beautiful. And it's crazy that a lot of people don't even know that there's such thing as freshwater stingrays. When you think of stingrays, a lot of people think of saltwater fish, but actually, in my opinion, I think that freshwater stingrays are a lot more prettier than the saltwater ones. And this is literally just the beginning of things. There's over 100 other tanks right here. Panda, all this, the arowanas, bass. We're gonna go through all that stuff and show you an up-close look of predatory fins. There's a 3,000-gallon tank over there with giant fly river turtles, arapaimas, pacu, arowana. But I wanna keep taking you guys this way. Show you all this last big tank that they have here. I guess this is their stingray breeding section. Oh man, look at those rays. Those things are massive, dude. And I know some of you all are probably wondering, what is this floating stuff right here? Well, this is actually floating beneficial bacteria slash media, you can call it. And basically it is what helps keep these fish alive. They got a ton of filtration on here. But now, guys, that we showed you all these 4 giant tanks just in the front, I'm gonna take you guys through and show you all the other fish they have here. And you can also buy all these fish at predatoryfins.com, link below. So we're gonna start right here and go down this row and show you all the fish. Nate, what do you think of this place, man?
This place is awesome. I've never seen a place like this before. It has some awesome fly river turtles, some massive red-tailed catfish, and some sick stingrays like I've never seen before.
So first things first, we got all these arowanas. Crazy. Bunch of stingrays down here too. I mean, I could literally show you all so many cool fish here. One of my favorite fish of all time, this is the Australian lungfish. And these guys are actually endangered in the wild. So if you own these here, you have a microchip in the fish and you actually have papers for them, and they are very, very expensive. I think they cost roughly around $1,500 to $2,000. Of course, one of my favorites, a bunch of peacock bass. Up here in the top, one of my favorites, we got the albino arowanas. Look at the mouth on this pleco. A bunch of other plecos in this tank. It's beautiful. And then down here, we got a ton of awesome puffers. And as you can see, they're all in these little separate containers. I think this guy might have got out. But that is because they are very aggressive towards each other and other fish. And they have a beak-like mouth that can literally destroy a fish in one bite. And yes, this is gonna be a little bit of a longer video, but I promise you guys, if you all love fish, if you love monster fish, this is like the holy grail of monster fish stores. I mean, they definitely have one of the best selections in all of the United States. Like behind me here, check out these stingrays. These guys are incredible. They got stingrays, pufferfish, catfish, pacu. I mean, right here, we got one of the rarest catfish in the world, the lens catfish. Not commonly seen in the hobby. We got the stingrays coming over. Look how cute these guys are. Oh my gosh, I bet you these guys cost so much. Look at the spotting on those guys. And yes, all freshwater. No saltwater, all freshwater. In here too as well, a crazy looking stinger with a crazy looking pattern. All right, this is row 2 down here. Come with me, look at all the crazy fish. We got a bunch of Giardini arowana up here. Beautiful fish. I don't even know what these guys are. I should know this, maybe some kind of tetras. They look like almost like a glowfish without the glow in them. Definitely something really rare. Guys, if you know anything about predatory fins, they're not dealing with any of your average fish. These are all really high-end, nice predatory fish. And honestly, we could spend days here if we wanted to, but I want to show you all some of the more unique stuff that you probably don't see that often or have never seen before. So down here, these guys are really rare. These are a catfish species. These are Tigrinus catfish, and oftentimes you might see them at maybe 1 or 2 inches. But the fact that they're this size is really unique, and they get really, really big. I think we actually saw one at Global the other day that was a pretty good size one. These guys definitely come with a hefty price tag. And moving down here, well, we have more insanely rare stingrays. I don't exactly remember what the name of these are, but I think there's some kind of tiger stingray, something like that. Super, super rare. Oh my gosh, dude, you're gonna freak out. Check these guys out. Look at all these puffer fish right here. Look, all saying hello. Something about puffer fish is just so cool to me. This is now row 3 of some of the fish that they have. Up here we got the black arowanas, and look at, if you look very closely, something very cool about these guys is they got their egg sac actually on them still. So they're so little. They were just hatched probably a few weeks ago. And believe it or not, arowanas are actually mouth brooders, so it means that they keep their eggs in their mouth and they all kind of leak out. So me and Nate are definitely getting our fish knowledge tested today, because these tanks, not all of them have names, just because obviously Rodrigo and Kevin know what they are.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Fire eel, pretty cool.
And these are some albino knife fish, right?
Yeah, and it's really hard because they just have so many cool fish here that, like, it's just hard to really show everything. Like bumblebee oscar is another oscar species that you don't see that often. You can see how cool they are. They got kind of a green eye.
Some of my favorite avocado pufferfish.
Avocado pufferfish?
Oh yeah, look at this one. He's a
What?
big guy.
So in this tank right here, this is probably one of the fastest growing freshwater fish on earth. This is the albino pacu. And within a couple months, these guys will probably be at least a foot long. And then right here, one of my favorite catfish, the giraffe nose catfish. Look at that mouth on him, so weird. Look at all the baby little catfish. So these are tiger shovel nose or tiger shovel nose hybrids. They get about 3 to 4 foot long. But this is them as babies. So right now, these fish in this tank, they might not look like much. They kind of look like a bait fish, but these are golden dorado. And when they get bigger, they are incredible. Also got a flower one up there that's up in timeout just because he would eat these fish. So while I'm showing you all this entire gallery of all these amazing fish, I want you guys to go down and comment down below what is your favorite fish that you've seen in this video. At the end, it's gonna be so insane. I can't wait to show you all the insane stuff that they have. Okay, so now we're entering the other side of their massive warehouse. They got the 3,000 gallon tank over here. They got the paddlefish in here, and they have a $200,000 stingray that Kevin brought from California. Let's go check all this stuff out. So first things first, in this tank, near and dear to my heart, it's pretty loud because of the flow, but it's okay, we'll get over it. We got all the American paddlefish. Now these guys actually came from Kentucky, about 20 minutes away from my house. We actually helped Rodrigo get the first batch of these guys. We were there till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Rodrigo filmed the whole thing. It was pretty crazy before my YouTube days. And now that I've shown you these guys, I want to take you all back here in the back and show you all of Rodrigo's personal fish for the Predatory Fins warehouse. So it's been about a year now, but Rodrigo actually moved from his old store in Florida up here to New York, and then Kevin at Stingray Biology actually moved his place from California all the way here in New York. So they basically combined all the stuff that they had, all the massive tanks that they had, and now they have this massive warehouse with just tanks everywhere. I mean, this is insane. And behind me here, this is their massive showpiece aquarium. This is all of Rodrigo's and Kevin's pets that they've actually kept. So these aren't for sale, these are theirs, and a lot of these fish are very old and just massive. So right here, this is Rodrigo's 20-year-old fly river turtle. This is Sheila. And believe it or not, fly river turtles are the only fully aquatic freshwater turtles on Earth, so they don't need to come out for land unless they're laying eggs. And then as we come this way, we got giant peacock bass, albino arowanas. We got a giant pacu down there. This is actually one of the golden dorados that hasn't got his, I guess, full color yet. But we showed some babies earlier. But yeah, they get so pretty and they are a very predatory fish. Sheila just won't leave us alone, dude.
I know.
I know. This is Rod's baby right here, and she is just giant. So coming over here, they got some of the most expensive stingrays that you'll ever see. Check this out. Look at the quality on these fish. So we got some Bosemani stingrays right here, and then we also have a black diamond that literally looks like it has a mustache. Look at this. Look at its face on it. It looks like it has a mustache, dude. And what goes with anything, obviously the prettier it looks, the more expensive it is. So these guys are very, very expensive. But believe it or not, the most expensive stingray that I've ever even heard of is in this tank right here. This fish, see if you can guess it or not, it's actually somewhere in this tank. It's worth $200,000 and it is Kevin's prized possession. Take a guess and see which one it is. We got 6 different stingrays in here, and let's see if we can find out which one it is. I'll give you all a second just to guess. No cheating. They're all going crazy. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. It's kind of an unfair game because the $200,000 stingray is in the back here. We're gonna have to come around and see it. So here it is, guys. This is the $200,000 stingray, the albino Bosemani stingray. Right here, it's got the orange spots on it. Dude, this thing can literally be worth more than a house. Worth an absolute fortune. Then we got some other amazing rays in here. These are just Bosemani, so this is the albino version. That's why I've given it that white and orange color. But at one point, there was very few of these on the entire earth, and Kevin actually had one. That is what makes them so valuable because they're so rare. And I don't even think any other hobbyist in the entire country have an albino Bosemani stingray besides Predatory Fins. So I just heard from Rodrigo and Kevin. They are just about done unpacking the shipment. They're hard at work back there. And then after that, they're gonna come feed a bunch of the fish. They're gonna take us around, show us some even cooler things, maybe highlight some stuff for you guys. As you all know, Rodrigo and Kevin are awesome. But before we talk to them, check out this tank right here. This is one of Rodrigo's project tanks, I guess. Look at all the golden fish. This is insane. And as you all know, obviously these fish being golden makes them worth a lot more money. We got a golden gar, we got golden barramundi, and then back here in the corner, a golden goonch catfish. That's probably the first time and last time I'll ever see one of these guys.
Chase, you gotta check this one out. Shark right here, zebra shark. Probably about 3 feet long. This thing's off. Ooh, it's coming to the top.
I'm gonna say hello.
We also got an egg in here.
Yeah, dude, what the heck is this?
Rod was saying only about 30% of these eggs actually survive, and this is one of his that survived. He got a batch of about 5 or 4, he said. This is the one that seems to have a live shark inside of it.
It's insane. This thing kind of looks like a whale shark as far as like the face, but like not the color. You know, if it was like a bluish gray color, pretty insane. This is also saltwater. Oh, there's Rodrigo.
Come on, dude. This way.
So what is this shark used for? Like, is this for sale or is this like a pet or what?
No, this is our new pet.
New pet.
Yep.
Expensive new pet, huh?
Very expensive new pet.
There's
He's
nothing
eating.
cheap about saltwater, especially sharks.
He's eating already, so. The cool thing about these guys is when they're just born, when they just hatch, they look totally different than what he looks now. He's already a mixture between juvenile and adult. So he looks pretty cool.
Super cool.
And the fact that he's like already hand feeding, it's awesome.
Like everybody wants a shark, right? Like Shark Tank is like,
That has no price.
that's
right
like the
now.
dream, no price.
Yep.
Pretty freaking cool, dude. What do you think, Nate?
It's awesome.
Pretty crazy. My man, what's going on? All right, guys, we got Rodrigo here, the best. Here in New York,
Wait, say that again?
the best.
Ah, okay.
The best.
All right.
We were here not too long ago, did a whole tour. Now we're here today. Showed a lot of the awesome fish you guys have. You guys are obviously working. New shipment came in.
Yes.
Big deal, crazy day.
Tired.
Boxes going out. As you all saw earlier, there was so many boxes everywhere. But what's in this tank, man? What's going on? Like, what the heck is this?
Well, like you said, we have a lot of high quality fish, right? I want to start getting more of the uglier, weird looking fish.
You gotta have a balance, right? That's the most important thing.
Nah, I'm just kidding. This guy's a rescue. His eyes were pretty much gone. They're puffed out, and there's like you can see this growth coming out on both sides. I think this happens with bad quality water, not enough nutritional value foods for him to feed. So this, I never really seen this case before. We're trying different medications that we use here, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is actually pull them out, tranquilize them for a little bit, and then cut around the eye and clean it all up so the medicine can get in there really well. So that's gonna be a process that I'm gonna need for you guys' help to help me.
The part-time surgeon, part-time doctor, part-time fish keeper. Yeah, obviously this guy looks super funky. I mean, you get a close up on the eye there. But basically, we're gonna go around with Rodrigo, look at some of the awesome fish that we've already seen, maybe highlight a few things, and then, yeah, maybe even have a feeding for you guys, which is gonna be insane.
Or you buying fish today, right? I'm not here just wasting my time.
You got the money, Nate?
Shut it off. All right, I'm gonna show you one fish that I like this video right now, and then you guys just do a little tour by yourself, hold hands.
Do you trust us to walk around the store alone? Like,
Walk.
have you seen my record, like my criminal record?
Don't run, okay? Because I know you can trip.
I'll fall over myself. All the cords
Look,
everywhere.
the way things work here is if you fall, you're trespassing. At that point, it would just take you out.
Get arrested. Yeah, we actually broke in the Predatory Fins, so Rod didn't even know we're coming today, but
No, I have no idea.
nothing he can do about it.
That right now is one of my favorite fish. So these guys I was trying to lungfish. They're not easy to get, super rare, and we're gonna hold 2 for us. We have 1 left for sale, and the other ones are all gone. Some actually went to different zoos and aquariums.
Should I buy one of these guys? How much are they?
For you or?
$10, $50. Oh yeah. Maybe, right?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. They're like literally thousands of dollars, and like Rodrigo said, they're endangered, correct, in the wild?
Yeah, but there's a breeder that breeds them out and he distributes. I mean, this guy got lucky. He told the government, because they come from Australia, you know, hey, let me bring the population up, and then once I reach a certain level, can I start selling them? And
Insanity.
trust me, they're worth a lot of money.
Supposedly, that guy was selling his farm for $5 million. So if you want to buy in Australia,
bro. You should buy it.
I gotta move to Australia, man. I got wife here. I got friends here, man.
You could have a wife in Australia too. What's the problem? Different countries.
Side
don't
piece.
count.
Hopefully, she's not watching this right now.
It was his idea off camera.
Yeah, but guys, now we're gonna walk around. Kevin might even feed some stuff. We're gonna just kind of mess around and maybe even buy some fish to take home with us to the FishKing Warehouse 2.0. So Kevin, I know you've been breeding rays for years. How many times has people been shocked when you tell them that these are freshwater stingrays?
Believe it or not, a lot of people don't even know freshwater stingrays exist. And that's the crazy thing. They always assume that it's saltwater. And then when I tell them it's from the Amazon, their mind is blown away.
Just shocked, right?
Yeah.
Man, they love that food. Yeah, I think you guys got the right recipe down. Stingrays are definitely going nuts for this stuff. Now, how do you know how much to feed?
Well, that's the thing. It depends on what you're feeding. Because this is a whole fish with the gut and everything, it's very rich. So I don't like to overfeed this. But if I'm feeding something that's more meaty, just like the clean silver sides without the gut, or shrimp, you know what I mean? Then I'll go heavier. This is like eating a stick of butter, you know what I mean? If you overfeed it, they're probably gonna regurgitate if you overfeed it.
It's like the filet mignon of the fish food. They definitely like it. No question about that. And I see this guy separated up here. What's the reason for that?
You got beat up. You see the ends of the disc?
Okay,
What's
yeah,
beat
you
up?
can kind of see, guys, if you all look closely, you can kind of see
But it's healing over now.
around the rim.
So it's not ragged anymore. It's kind of healed up. So this way, he can eat without being harassed.
And does it basically go, the prettier the ray is, the more expensive, or how does that go?
More or less, yes. I mean, more spots, bigger spots, nicer pattern. It's always going to be more desirable. Right? Same thing when you walk into a fish store and you pick a fish, you're going to pick the prettiest one.
One big toss is going to be fun. These guys are going to go nuts. Oh. My goodness. Oh, look at the Dorado.
If you watch the giraffe, he just bullies everyone out of the way.
I really like the giraffe nose.
Arowana gets one. Man. So I showed a little bit of this tank earlier in the video. What is this tank? I see all the golden fish in here.
Yes, this is our $100,000 golden tank. The goal is to have this tank fully stocked up to at least $100,000 in value. We're not quite there yet, but we're very close.
Getting there.
By next week.
Next week.
By next
oh
week.
my gosh.
That's a spoiler alert.
Will you guys be showing that on your channel?
Yeah.
For sure, guys. Make sure to check out Predatory Fins on YouTube to see the next fish that gets out of this tank to complete the $100,000 fish tank. Oh man, look at the goonch.
Yeah, I have to drop it on this corner because he doesn't really come out to get it. So when it lands on him, he takes it.
Yeah. And this is another man-eating catfish right here.
Yeah.
Normally they're not this colored. Normally they're kind of a greenish brown. Not the prettiest fish, but definitely one of my favorite catfish in the world just because of the teeth on them.
That's barramundi, and that's the new golden gar that we got, I think like a couple of weeks ago. He's doing really well.
Wow, $100,000 fish tank just in fish.
Yeah.
So I know we showed you all this tank a little bit earlier, but now the rays are actually out. Look at the spotting on those guys.
Oh look, somebody's biting on that one. You see the back side of it? It's all
See that down there, yeah. It's kind of hard to see, but
Yeah, this is kind of the tough thing that I'm not used to here in LA. The weather's warmer, so I don't have these tops. Everything's open, so it's easy for me to keep an eye on all the fish. As I walk by, I can spot something right away. But in situations like this, I always have to actually take the time and look at them. And sometimes we just get so busy. All right, so I'm gonna drop some right there. I'm just gonna scatter in different areas. There's one in the deepest corner right there.
so obviously you've seen a lot of different stingrays, Kevin. Do you have any, like, what is your favorite stingray of all time or that you've ever had?
I think it's still going to be black diamonds. It's like a all-time favorite, you know. It's like classic black and white. And then there's the variations of the black and white, like the super white with the bigger spots. Those are really nice. I think those will always be around and be people's favorite, and it's my favorite as well.
Classic, yeah. And for those of you who don't know Kevin, which you should, he's probably one of the most prolific stingray breeders in the entire country. Been doing it for 20 years, right? Plus?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a really long time.
20, 30 years. I mean, a legend in the hobby.
Yeah, just have to get back on our feet here after such a big move, you know?
Yeah, guys, can you all imagine moving thousands of miles away and moving all these fish? I mean, it's been an absolute journey. Definitely a big sacrifice.
Okay, this is quick, okay? So if you miss it, you miss it.
This is the grand finale right here, the crazy tank. What happens if your foot goes in there?
It'll get bit.
Get your foot. This is all the monsters that we showed you guys earlier. The Peroon sharks, the high fin sharks, the massive catfish. And the crazy thing is, these fish aren't even full grown, which is just unbelievable.
Yeah. We're not gonna pound them with food just yet. Once we get them into their final tanks, that's when we'll really grow them. Right now, I'm just trying to maintain them, right, and keep a balance in this tank as well.
All right, guys, so that is a wrap here at Predatory Fins 2.0. Thank you guys so much for letting us come by. I mean, insane day. Like, so much stuff. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you feeding all the rays. Make sure to comment down below what your favorite fish was that you saw today. Insanity.
I gotta go change diapers.
Dad
care,
life.
guys.
Dad life.
Good seeing you.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.